Hi, this is Melvin the Media Man, and we're going to look at setting up some pages, the menu, and also setting up some plugins. Okay, and we're back here. We're at our website here, melvinbarnett.com. If you got any questions, you can come here. There'll be information here on how to build a church website. Obviously, you can build ministry and business websites there. We've already went through setting up the Themify WordPress here theme. Also, be sure to subscribe to my newsletter right here. As it goes out, you can get some really great information, free resources about building websites and different things I come across, notifications of blogs and different things. Really a great resource to have. Just subscribe here. So we want to go back. Also remember to as far as if you haven't already, you want to go ahead and visit iChurch Web and go ahead and get your hosting, your domain and hosting if you haven't already got it. And one thing about iChurchWeb.com, remember that it is available, affordable, and American owned and operated, which means that when you call, you're also going to get someone from the States that sounds like your neighbor across the street talking to you. And you can call them even on Christmas or New Year's, which is amazing. Okay, we want to jump back in and let's see. Right now, this is how our blog looked, and when we left off, so we want to go down here to plugins. Click that right there, and we're going to go ahead and just deactivate, and we want to just go ahead and delete all of these. Okay, now we want to add a couple plugins, so let's come up here to add new. And let's come over here and let's add easy Facebook like box. Okay, let's go ahead and install this. Activate that. Go back to plugins. Add new. And let's go ahead and add, let's come down here and add Bible verse of the day. And let's look for one made by Daily Verse. And I believe this is it right here. Okay, we'll activate that. Okay, let's add contact form 7. Okay, this is a really simple little program to use right here, so we want to install it now and activate. A couple of these we won't get around to talking about for a while, but let's go ahead and add. And this is a great little program right here. Sometimes, according to what package you purchase, you may have a program that'll back up your WordPress, but you want to keep a good eye on that. So we're going to download a plugin that I use a lot and recommend. It's called Updraft Plus. Install that. This one's taking a little while to install. All right, and activate. Not going to go into installing that or setting it up yet. Also, a good program to go ahead and download, and we'll get into probably a video down the road, is setting up Google Analytics, which is a really Really good program right here. So let's add new. Okay, Google Analytics dashboard. We're install and activate. Okay, and we'll get into using these a little bit later down a little ways. Alright, so next we want to come up to our pages, and we want to go ahead and let's go ahead and trash that. Okay. Go to settings, go down to permalinks, and let's go ahead and set this up right here. This shows how your website URLs are going to appear, and what we want to do here is we want to use the post name option, because when you use a page, each page has a particular URL, as you'll see right here, as you can see here. Right here, these are the URLs. Right now they're pretty simple, but these things can get very complicated, and we don't want to use the plain. We also don't want it to rank it by day of the week or month, and name, numeric, and certainly not our custom structure right here. But go ahead and post names, so whatever name you give the page is the name that's going to be used, and this is really great for using especially smaller websites. So we want to go ahead and save the changes. Okay, let's go back up to pages, and let's add a new page. We'll call this home. Okay, what we want to do is go ahead and save this page. And publish it. Okay, and you want to make sure this page gets published right here. Okay, and there it is. Okay, we'll go ahead and add a new page. Like that. Let's go ahead and publish this by clicking publish and then clicking it again. So we want to make sure it gets published. Okay, the next page we're going to add is we're going to add, and you can call these pages anything you want, but we're going to add a page about. We want to save, publish, and click publish again. Okay, and let's go ahead and add one more, and we can add some more later, but let's go ahead and add one that says ministries. Alright, hit save, publish, and publish. Okay, now then, this is the way the website first looked, if you remember. So if we update this, as we can see, here's how it's going to look now. Of course, we're going to go through and fix this. So you have about, contact, home, ministries. All right. Okay, as you can see here, we've got several of our pages set up right here. So the next thing we want to do is we want people, when they come to our website, we want our home page to be the static page. Okay, so let's come up here to settings, let's go down to reading, and what we want to do is go ahead and click this right here, and we want our home page. We want to click here and go ahead and hit Save Changes. Okay, now what we want to do is we're going to go back to our blog page right here, and let's update it here. And we want to make sure, right now we're set to the home page. If you'll notice up here, there's no extensions, such as if you hit About, you'll see About, or Ministries, you'll see a Ministries. So when you type in church2.melvinbarnett.com, you're going to go to the home page, which is our static page. But what we want to do now is we want to create a menu. Okay, so now that we've got our pages created right here, we want to go ahead and get our menu fixed here. So you'll go to Appearance, come down to Menus, and what we want to do here is we want to create a menu. So we're going to give this menu a name, so we're going to call it Top Menu. Okay, and we're going to hit Create Menu. Okay, and here we have Home, Ministries, About, and Contact for our page right here. So we want to be sure to add this as our top menu here. We want this to be our main navigation. Okay, the next thing we want to do is we want to come up and we want to start customizing a little bit. So we want to come up here to our Themify Ultra, click it, and we want to come down here, and let's go ahead and knock this out right here. We're going to add a custom favicon, so let's get prepared to do that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to create the favicon. I am going to open up my trusty Photoshop Elements, which is a really nice program. There are some free ones that you can use. We used in one video Photor, Photor.com to create some things, but if you have the extra pocket change, the Elements is a really good program, Photoshop Elements. In fact, let's see, let's just go to Amazon.com and let's just see what that is going for right now. Okay, Photoshop Elements 2019 basically is going for about $99 right now. This is worth its weight in gold. Literally worth its weight in gold. If you can buy even the 2018 or one before that, it's still a good buy. Highly suggest using this program if you want to buy something and invest in a really good program, unless you use GIMP, G-I-M-P, which is a free program. It's a lot like a kind of like has a Mac use to it, look to it. And here it is right here. By the way, this is a free program that you can download. Really decent program. So let's go ahead and let's pull up here. A favicon is a small image, has to be a ping file that is 32 pixels by 32 pixels. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a blank file, and I'm going to go ahead and just put in 100 by 100, and I'm going to leave it at 72 dpi with a white background. Okay, so the name of this church, just for example, is going to be, let's just probably we'll call it see, I think I have a couple of churches that I have used in the past. Let's see here real quick. I think it's Grace Fellowship Community Church. So how about if we just use for Grace Fellowship, we're going to keep this really simple, and we're going to use a we're just going to use a G, and actually this is great because it's on a heavy, so I'm going to use a capital G and a capital F. Okay. Just like so. And of course, I want to change that color. How about something in red? Like so. And maybe for this background right here, we'll go with a color too. Let's just go with a nice cream. That's a yellow right there. So we have this clicked on background. So anyway, we'll Grace Fellowship. Okay. Let's come up here to our, stretch that down a little bit and center that. Great. Now we're going to come up to image. We're going to resize this image, and it's now going to be 32 by 32, and we're going to save it as. We're going to go ahead and create a new folder called Images. Okay, and we're going to save this as favicon. One, and we want this in a ping file. Hit save. We'll go ahead and hit OK here, and it is saved. Alright, now let's upload. And we forgot to put that in images. So there it is. Let's hit save. Okay. And if you'll notice, there's our favicon up there. GF or Grace Fellowship. Alright. Okay, and after you add your favicon, let's come down here to Google Fonts, and we want to show all the Google fonts. This will give us a little bit more leeway here, and we want to hit save. Like so, and now come up to our default layouts. Okay, now you want to go to the default page layout, and what we want to choose here on the default page, we want to get rid of these sidebars. which is this information right here. That's great for a blog, but we want to go ahead and choose none. We also want to hide the title on all the pages, and down here on page comments we want this. We don't want any page comments, and then we want to hit save. Okay, and then let's come up here and okay, as you can see now the page has changed quite a bit here. Okay, so let's go back to our page that we're working on. Okay, the next thing you want to do is come down here to your theme settings. Come down to theme settings here and hit your theme appearance. And what we're going to do here is we're going to, as you can see, this doesn't look very good right here. So what we want to do is go ahead and set up our menu. A lot of different ways you can use. I personally just like a nice thin menu across the top. So I am going to go with a kind of like the header top bar for right now, and then we want to get rid of a bunch of stuff that would normally be at the top right here. So we want to get rid of the okay, here we want to go here. We want to exclude the site tagline, the search form, and the RSS link. Okay, let's move down to our footer design here. We're going to keep it right here, and we're going to exclude basically the site logo. Okay, and hit save. Alright, and then if we come up here, let's refresh. And voila, this is the way our website's looking right now. Okay. Okay, after we do that, we want to come down here to our footer text, come down at the bottom, and we want to hide the information right here. Hit save again. And by doing this, we'll get rid of all that stuff at the bottom. Right here, then we can add our own information here. Alright. Okay, now that we got the page settings somewhat set up right there, we want to come down to our footer text, and there's a few things that we want to get rid of right here. So if you look at this, we'll set all this up later, but right now we want to go ahead and get rid of this. So we'll put the hide the text 2 and text 1, hit save, and we'll refresh this to give you an idea of how it's going to look. Alright, there you go. So let's come back here. We've already hit save. Okay, the next thing we want to do is we want to go down to appearance. We want to come down to our widgets. Okay, and we want to kind of add something here that we took away. So what we want to do is come down here. We want to search for text. One of the things that many people forget to add to their website is the their NAP, which is name, address, and phone number, and this needs to be added on every single page. I cannot count the websites that I have visited, that church websites, business websites, that did not have the name of the church, the address, or phone number. I remember one time, one particular business address, on the bottom it had the mailing address, which was a P.O. box. I've been to church websites where it listed the P.O. box. Congregations do not want to gather at the post office. They're looking for the location of the church itself, or the business or the ministry. You can always add a mailing address, but you want to get the location, and you want to have a phone number and a fax number, something like that, on the website at the bottom in the footer. And the footer is the section that is on the very bottom of all the pages. So what we're going to do here is we're going to come down and we're going to look for our text box here, and we're going to drag that up here to our footer 1 right here. Okay, and then I want to go ahead and cut and paste this information right here, which is Grace Fellowship Community Church, and it gives an address, fictitious address and phone number. Okay, so we're going to just simply post this in right here. Okay, and now as you can see, we don't want to use this right here. Let's just go ahead and show you why, because if we hit save and we come up here and we reload our page, this is going to be very spaced out. We don't want that. So what we're going to do is come back up here and click text. Let's see here. Hit that space right there. Under a lot of them, when you go into text, you have to put in the HTML code, which is a bracket in BR. It would be something like this, which basically means next line. But we don't want to learn any HTML when we're doing this. Alright, so now we have Grace Fellowship Community Church. Later on we can change colors and all that when we get into it. So here we go. Now what we want to do, since we're working in the footer, let's go ahead and add some social media icons, and let's do that, okay? Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to set up and go ahead and add our social media information, okay? Let's come up to Themify Ultra, come down our settings and click social links here. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add Facebook first, so we can actually take this and put this up here. And then I am going to, I don't do much with Twitter. We're going to get rid of Google+. Okay, I will keep YouTube. And then I do have a Pinterest account, and tell you what else, we'll add a Flickr account. Okay, so what you want to do up here is, and you've already got a theme right here, so what you want to do up here is go ahead and get your social media link, and I'm going to use my social media from melvinbarnett.com. So I'm going to put that right here. Okay, and then I'm going to come down to Twitter here. I'm going to put my Twitter link here, like so. Come down to YouTube, put in my YouTube address here, and just for the sake of this, I'm going to go ahead and delete that right here, and then we're going to put in Flickr. Alright, so let's see here. Let's put the link in right here, and let's go and search for an icon. Okay, I believe it'll be here under branding. So if we go down to Flickr. Alright, now we have a Flickr. So let's go ahead and hit our save. And of course, when we update this, you're not going to see anything here. Alright, so what we have to do is we have to save this into our widgets. So we're going to go back over here to Appearance. We're going to come down to our widgets, like so. Then we're going to come down here and find our Themify social links right here. And let's bring these up, and we're going to put them into our footer 2, and we want to open all these links in a new window. We're going to leave this at minimum, leave this on horizontal, and hit save. Okay, and let's take a look at our page now. And as you can see, here's our social media icons, and of course you can change the color, and we can do that. So if you come here and you click here, you'll come to my Facebook page. My YouTube channel, and my Flickr account. Okay. Alright, at this point we want to go ahead and end this video. We have covered a lot of things in this second video. We've built some pages, we've put our social media in, we've established a favicon. We've really got a lot done, so we're going to go ahead and end this video now. Be sure to come back and be with us in the next video. When we get through with these series of videos, you will have built, and you can do this hands-on, you will have built a church, ministry, or a business website.